Quick video update. This is the BMW M42 95 build. Lost my voice for a good 2 weeks, so caught ahead of myself on rebuilding this thing. This video really just to help me out document some of the stuff I've done. But you can see I've got a mostly complete engine. The lower intake manifold is not bolted in just to make for the install. I'm not 100% sure that the E36 intake manifold will fit in the E21. The brake booster may get in the way, might get a little tight in there, so we'll see. So I'm not bolting it in yet. Want to make sure I can do a clean install there. Otherwise, some of these accessories I have put in. So for the E30 M42 to get, or for the M42 to get into the E21, really got to use the E30 oil pan. The E36 oil pan is just gargantuan, and it's tough to fit the oil pan around the steering rack in the E36. And you'll see this E30 one is a little bit smaller, tighter. So to use that, I also wanted to use some of the other pieces of the E30. The alternator bracket for the E36 is larger. You'll see it's much more snug on the E30. Obviously this can go in. So we used the E30 alternator, which means I had to use the E30 crank pulley and the E30 water pump pulley. So pretty much everything here, the alternator, water pump, crank pulleys, all from the E30, and also the oil dipstick. So otherwise I have the E36 M42, which means I have NOx sensors, I have the bigger intake manifold, the early DISA. So hopefully this all will go in pretty clean. Next, what I have, got to get the M10 out. So I am labeling the various pieces here as I take them off. You'll see the just tons of vacuum hoses and stuff. Want to make sure that that's all good to go. I think all these have to go off as well. The fuel lines. Otherwise, we should be there. I had planned to take the front off, but it looks like there's some spot welds there. I really didn't want to saw them off, so we will see. I think I can just either drop in the M42 or bring it up from underneath, one or the other. So it should be coming together soon. I also got myself a present and got some Euro bumpers. So I've taken off the American bumpers, the diving boards, and we'll put in the Euro bumpers. I'm not too sure if I'm going to fabricate some brackets myself. I really have not fabricated anything in my life before, so that'll be an interesting go, and then we'll see how it works. Otherwise, I'll be picking some up online. They're about, for the whole set, a pair I should say, is almost $90, which it's a good profit margin for whoever's making those, so good for them. But I don't know if I want to spot that kind of cash. But the Euro bumpers will look great. Unfortunately, on the rear, and you won't be able to see it till I get this guy off, on the rear with these mega bumpers, the US valence, rear valence, is just short. It ends about right here, and you'll see that's a good, decent overbite. If you can look, you can see right there the kind of overbite that we're talking about. So once I take these big boys off, it'll be kind of awkward, but that's significant work to get a Euro valence on, so we'll just have to deal with it. Hopefully with the rear bumpers on, it kind of hides that valence, and then it won't be too noticeable. Otherwise, the only project I have left is, depending on how crazy I want to get, I can take the dashboard out, clean up some of the cracks that are on top of that dash. It's pretty gnarly up there. Honestly, painted or sanded and painted dash would look phenomenal in this. Otherwise, I've got some work to do here. I need to find a new console. The previous owner just hacked this console to shit to get their head unit in, which was unfortunate. So, and then a shifter refresh, see what needs to be replaced there, get rid of some of that slop. Let's just make it more presentable. Maybe paint the seat rails. I don't know. Otherwise, the car looks pretty good. It'll polish up really nice once I get it detailed, once everything's done. So that's what's on the agenda. I got to fabricate the subframe to allow for the motor mounts. Got to fabricate a transmission mount for the other side of the car. Otherwise, we should be good to go on this. A lot of cleaning up on the engine bay. You can see it's just a little rust here and there. I got to just take care of, maybe just for aesthetics. You won't really see most of this stuff once I get it all back together, so we'll see. But you know, that's about it. This is one of the million M42 builds, but it's my M42 build, god damn it. So pretty excited. All right.